Hi y'all, it's me. I'm back to share a project with you that I created. I was inspired by Amy, who's Myteddyboo, here on YouTube, and she had done a project and shown these file folders that she used to make the project. And the next days after I saw the video, I happened to be at Staples and I remembered the folders, and so I went and got them. And these are what they are. They're by Pendaflex. And anyhow, these are different in the fact that when you open them up, they have these 3 tab slots here. So each one has tabs, and that's what intrigued me because I like pockets and things. So be sure and check out Amy's project because it's so pretty. But let me show you what I did. And with mine, I decided to use the romance novel collection by Prima. And it's actually by Marion Smith because she designed it. Prima manufactured it. And I think they should have put her name on here somewhere. Just my opinion. So it's beautiful paper, and I had so much fun working with it. And I have lots of little bits and pieces left. I don't even want to throw them away. So let me show you what I created. And hopefully I can fit it in the camera. It's kind of a big project. So this is my project, and basically I kept the front not too cluttered because the paper is so beautiful you don't want to really cover it up. So let me start by telling you that I first took the folder before I did anything, and I black inked it all over the place. So I wanted it to be black, so I just inked it everywhere, inside, outside, all over. And then I used a piece of the paper from the collection. And the A4 sides worked out really well for this, really perfect. I rounded the corners just to keep it soft, and I used some Prima bling here. I used a chipboard piece from the collection and added some bling here and here on the balloon just to pop it up, and also glossy accented the flower there. These are 2 words that I cut out of the collection. I mounted them on chipboard and then layered them here so it reads, "A beautiful perfect day," or "a perfect beautiful day," whichever way you want to go with that. As we get down to the bottom here, I'm going to turn this just a little bit. I used the Martha Stewart punch for this butterfly and added some pretty pink rhinestones on it just to dress it up some, and some more of the Prima bling here. And then on this corner over here, I used a beautiful flower that JoJo Paper Drama, hey JoJo, she gave this to me, and she thought it would look perfect on here, and I think it does. Has a beautiful feather and a stick pin in there. And then this is one of the 99-cent store right here, one of those 99-cent store cameos that I have. I just tucked that in there, and I also pleated some lace trim and just made a little fan out of it and stuck it there. So I like the simplicity of this. It's just beautiful, and I don't want to change it at all. I was stuck on a lot of this because it's like you don't know, I didn't know where I wanted to go with this as far as what the purpose was going to be. So that was my dilemma. Anyway, there's some words here: notes, memory, priority, and delivered. And these came from the paper collection, and this came from the chipboard collection. And I went ahead and glossy accented all of those and placed them here on the tab. So I used a little binder clip to hold it closed because it got kind of chunky, even though I didn't use very many flowers or anything inside. But let me show you what the inside looks like. And this is how the inside looks. It's very fun and busy and lots of things going on. So I will start over here on this side. Let me hold this up. This is going to be kind of difficult, but I'll do my best. Here I used one of the chipboard pieces from the collection, a big bling that Halud sent me just to dress it up some. I used another piece of the chipboard from the collection here, and then the word "because" is from the collection as well. This is another piece of chipboard. Sorry, I used a lot of the chipboard. I just glued this into place, and I created a pocket here. So this paper was one of the papers in the collection. I actually just took this one, and there were 2 of them, so I took them and put them back to back so that they made a little notepad kind of idea. And then I ran some button twine through the top there just to add some decorative element to that. And that slips right back in that pocket. And down here I added some lace that I got from Halud, another Martha Stewart butterfly, really pretty with the bling. This came from, Prima had given a printout that you could print out in addition to the collection, and I printed it out and cut this little spot out and adhered it there. And then down in that corner, I know you can't really see right here, I added another chipboard piece there. So pretty simple, and that's the way I like it. Not too busy. And then on this side is where all the fun begins, because this is where the layers are, and I chose to adhere all of the pockets down. I wanted pockets and not slots, so I just adhered them down with with hot glue. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 layers. Down here in the beginning at the bottom, see if I can show this to you. I have this stamp set I got just recently. It's from Donna Salazar, and it has a photo, Polaroid photo frame and this camera. So I went ahead and stamped those out on manila folders, and then I inked them with scattered straw just to kind of bring the color in with the rest of the collection. And I adhered them down, and this is actually a place for a photo, which I love because the camera does say photo on it. And I also made it a little tag so you can pull it out. I added some bling and one of the roses from the collection on the inside, and some seam binding and a brad as the pull, and then just some journaling lines on the back, so you could use this for journaling as well, and that just tucks right in there. These flowers here, I couldn't find the right color because it's not pink and it's not red, and I just so happen to have, and I'm not going to say this because I'll kill myself trying to say the word, but I use this color right here. A red rose, I could say that part, of Lindy's, and I just lightly touched the roses with it, and it kind of blended in really nicely. And I put some of my favorite baby pearls that Halud sent me there, and a couple of little tiny leaves tucked in the back there. And on this side right here, let me see how I'm going to do this. I don't think I can do this. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Wait, no, my tripod's in the way. Darn it. Okay, right here. This piece is a chipboard piece from the collection, and I had to back it with black cardstock just to pop it up off of the background because it was kind of blending in. And I just put a tiny piece of button twine there just to decorate it a little bit. So now we'll go back up to pocket number 1, and this is the pocket. This piece here is from the chipboard collection. I basically just added a piece of forgot the name, seam binding, and punched a little Martha Stewart butterfly with bling in the center. And then on the back, I covered it, I inked it first with the scattered straw, so again it would tie in with the collection. And then I stamped these images on it. And this word here comes from Tim Holtz Chit Chatter pad. I love it. It's like perfect for when you just need little words everywhere. And they're in craft and in white, so they're just tons of words, so it's awesome. So I added that on, and that made the tag there. That slips right back into that pocket. And then this was the printout that Prima had given us along with this tag down here that I showed you. And it's just to make a little booklet, and I used one of the Chit Chatter Words journal and glossy accented that. I used some button twine to hold the pages in. And basically all you do is print it out and cut it. So I layered it on top of cardstock, which I then stamped this image here, and that came from Viva Decor. Trisha showed me this stamp on a video. Well, she didn't show it to me, she showed it to everyone, and I had to go out and get it because I love that design right there. So that's what that is, and I also stamped that on the back of the cover just to add some interest, and used black cardstock that I had used a corner punch that I have just to add some little interest, and these can be used for photos or whatever. And that's the back, so it's pretty simple and pretty. Put that there. Then I used one of my new punches to punch this out. I love that. I didn't have it and I thought I did, so I'm glad I got it. And then on the next layer is one of the pockets from the actually this was the one that they gave us to print out. I printed it out on some linen paper and glossy accented the rose there, and then I used these little tabs from the collection with brads to hold them in place, and some button twine as the closure. And when you open this up, there's a little tag from the collection, and on the back I happened to just do some stamping to fill in the blank space there. So I like the way that came out. It's pretty interesting. So that goes in that pocket, and then in the same pocket is this folder that I made here. For this one I used this punch from EK Success right here to do the edges and also to do the corners up here. And this is actually one sheet of paper from the collection, and before I adhered it down I cut part of the circle so that I would be able to tuck some tags behind it, and this is just some seam binding. So here, let me pull this out. Oh, one of my little tags came off. You can see there I just left that unglued so that it would be able to be a pocket. And then I made a little journaling spot and some stamped images on the back. And then this one here also I used a piece of the paper and just a little journaling spot you tuck up in there like that. So that's that goes in there. And then on the back I used some of the paper collection as well. And then this opens up, and I used a piece of the collection, and then I cut little triangles from the paper that's down here. These little flowers I cut in triangle shapes and used button twine to make this little banner here. Figured you could tuck a photo there, it would be really cute. And I made a pocket down here, used some of the paper from the collection, some seam binding, trim from Elude, and these are stamped images from a couple of stamps I have. And I just stamped little images on those as well, just to add a little something to them on the front. And I glued back to back so I would have images on both there. So I thought that was a nice place to add for journaling. And then of course you can put a photo in the back there if you want to. And so that's that folder. So that's in pocket number 2. And then in pocket number 3 is this other folder that I made. And it's so pretty. I thought I needed more space and more something, so I decided to use this one. And before I go on, just to point it out, I think they've reversed the image and they forgot that the word came out backwards. It should read royal and it says something else. So anyway, just an observation. This came out of the collection, and I mounted it on chipboard and just put it there, and added some flowers from Elude. And then these are this is more of that button twine. I love how it's so dainty and it just adds a little something. So when the back of this, I just used some more of the paper as well. When you open this up, there's 2 envelopes that were in the collection that you had to cut out and put together. And the first one here, I used some of the trim piece from the collection and one of the Chit Chatter words, a little bling from Prima. And on the back, I decided just to close this one with Velcro so that I didn't have to do the other technique. There's a tag in here. I used the tiny attacher and some seam binding as the pull. And on the reverse side, I inked it with the scattered straw, and then I stamped image on it so you could journal, and made it a little bit more interesting. And that's that one. And on the back here, I just used some of the paper and created these tiny little pockets. And then this one here, I used a stamp from the collection that I cut out, chipboard piece. I wrapped some button twine on that. This was one of those envelopes that was in the collection, and I used it, I ran it through an embossing folder. This one is made by Couture Creations, and I just love the pattern, so I had to have this. And I ran it through there. On the back, I used the elements to make the closure here. And when you unravel this one, there's another pull tab here with Tim Holtz tiny attacher, the seam binding, tag from the collection, and then on the back I did some more stamping just for interest. And that fits right back down in there, and back into that pocket it goes. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of little places to do things with in this collection. I love it. Thank you again, Amy, for showing the folders, because it really is fun to play with. And then the last thing to show you is just the back. I just adhered one of the papers from the collection. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my project. It was fun making it. and I'll see y'all soon with another project. Bye!